That was so
Good.
fun.
It'll never get old.
I had Frankenstein, just awesome. Anyway, okay, we're here to talk Star Wars.
Yay!
More Star Wars, the son of the talk of Star Wars, because we already went through Star Wars.
Star Wars coverage on the internet.
There's never enough of that.
People are starved to hear more about Star Wars.
Yeah. So we're going to talk 7.
Which comes after 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
Which is
Hopefully.
the only 3 that I actually actively recognize.
Exactly.
I acknowledge 1 through 3 without enthusiasm, but I do acknowledge their existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Darth Maul,
Sorry.
cool lightsaber.
Darth Maul was cool. I will give you that. I will say that. He was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But
and I don't know why, and this is sort of silly. This is maybe my word nerd coming out, but I do enjoy the word Sith.
It's kind of cool.
I do. So of all of the things to come out of the movies that shall not be named, the word Sith, which really didn't come up at all in the original trilogy, I like that. I like that as sort of an opposite to Jedi and to sort of, okay, something, good came out of that.
I have that picture in Instagram of me at Target getting arrested by
I love that one.
And I put Sith jeans underneath. The dark side.
I actually, the last time Steve was here visiting, we had a moment because I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but we went as sort of like made up Star Wars characters for Halloween. Just, we wanted an excuse to use lightsabers because, why not, right?
Because lightsabers.
Exactly. So I had, light side, and he had the dark side kind of lightsabers, and, we designed our own costumes and just had fun with it. And but we had our lightsabers in the spare room, and we were just chilling in the living room. And my cat has these moments where he just he does his cat thing and goes crazy and does laps of the apartment or whatever. And he sort of darted past and does his little thump, 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 and runs into the other room. And then all of a sudden, all you hear is as one of the lightsabers goes off.
Nice.
And now the cat's only got 3 legs. No!
We kind of were like, okay, what's happening? And we wander into the spare room, and Dubs is looking up, and he's like looking up like, what?
Dubs is now
and there he is sitting on the Darth Vader's lightsaber, and it's lit, and it's making all of its noises, and he has managed to turn on the lightsaber, and it's like, welp, my cat has chosen a side.
I like your cat. It's a good side.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody who has ever seen a photo of him is surprised by his choice. So it was pretty funny though, because it was just so unexpected that just, out of nowhere, we're just sort of chilling out and sitting on the couch, and there's not a lot of noise happening, and it's very kind of quiet, cuddly moment, and all of a sudden, zzz.
Wow.
Yep.
Awesome. I have to say, for 7, one of the things that I'm sort of like looking forward to is not just Han and Leia and Luke, because but the fact that these guys, these actors that they've cast are mostly sort of relatively unknown. I think one of the reasons I had such a hard time with 1, 2, and 3 was because Samuel L. Jackson, Snakes on a Plane, and Pulp Fiction, and Ewan
McGregor, and
Obi-Wan Kenobi is the guy from Trainspotting. Like, it just doesn't. They were just too well known across too many movies, and it was just
does not compute. Yeah.
No, I think they did it mostly because the storyline was weak, so they had to bring up people that you would know, so that people would go to see them.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that this blending of old characters and new sort of, unknown characters and people that we haven't seen very much of will be a good blend.
Well, and you kind of hit the nail on the head there with what I'm looking forward to with 7, is that with 1, 2, and 3.
Well, we can't count begrudgingly.
The problem was the story, right? There wasn't any.
Right.
The plot was weak. It was filler. It was basically just a way to get us to 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
You know? So because we already knew where we had been, it was just there was a hole here and we needed to fill it. And so there wasn't room to grow, there wasn't a lot of expansion, it wasn't, it was just basically killing time is what it felt like, killing time with famous faces. And so that was terrible and awful and waste of a lot of time and money.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of hoping that with 7, because there's a lot more material to build from, and there's a lot more writers involved, and there's a lot more story available, that there will be a more cohesive story. There will be more cohesive plot. There will be a beginning, a middle, and an end. I'm kind of hoping for a beginning, a middle, and an end. That something that I can sink my teeth into, that I can get behind. So that would be nice.
And it won't be an exercise in look what I can do with CGI.
Yeah.
Because they're going to a lot of practical effects on 7, which is kind of exciting. And if you watch any of the stuff about the prequels where they have George Lucas just super excitedly, they're in Amidala's ship and there's a guy standing next to another guy and he's like, oh, I think I need to move him 2 inches. And he moves him 2 inches digitally. And he's like, yeah, oh, that's much better. And it's like, I don't know.
It's not
all
really.
right. I don't think so.
Bless his little heart for being enthusiastic, because he really is. And I get that, because I'm really enthusiastic. But nobody gives me free rein with a lot of money either. I am very well aware of the fact that if I have free rein over everything, it's going to go badly. I need an editor. So does George Lucas. He needs somebody to say, no, honey, that's very sweet. You're cute. No.
Stop turning this into a cartoon. Which is, I think, what a lot of it ended up being. It was so overtly CGI that it lost any of the grit that was so fun with 4.
Yeah. Well, and if you're going to be a cartoon, go cartoon, because you have a lot more leeway. There's a lot of stuff in Clone Wars and stuff like that that stuff is actually quality.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually don't mind watching the cartoon.
No, the cartoon was way better.
I'm cruising through it, I'm like, oh, look what's on, hey!
Yeah, I mean, it's just underscored by the fact that, proudly they would announce repeatedly, there wasn't one single clone trooper costume made for the prequels.
Yeah.
No practical at all. And it's like, now that's one that you don't need CGI to pull off. That's like, you've made these before.
Yeah.
Right. And, I mean, okay,
practical effects are so cool.
They look so much better. And even in Star Wars, and I remember watching, the making of and just being completely fascinated by the fact that they stuck a gym shoe in the background of one of the outdoor space fighting scenes, when they're all ships everywhere, and there's a sneaker back there somewhere just because they ran out of stuff to put,
There's a potato and a sneaker in the asteroid field.
That's awesome.
When Boba Fett's chasing, or Jango Fett. No, Boba Fett, I'm sorry. Boba Fett's chasing unsuccessfully again, and we'll talk about that later.
Boba's the son, Jango's the dad.
Yeah, Boba chasing Han and the Millennium Falcon through the asteroid field.
Nice.
Anybody else want to slap that kid, by the way, Boba? Boba, who is, by the way, the coolest character, hands down.
Yeah,
through the Star Wars movies, was such a bratty little kid. I just wanted to poke him in the eye.
and I will argue a fairly unsuccessful mercenary when he grew up, because if you really kind of parse him out through there, he gets knocked into a Sarlacc. He can't hit Luke. He's got a 3-shot at Luke, can't hit him.
True.
Did you ever read the book?
And everybody wants to. Let's be honest.
Did you ever read the book about he actually comes out of the Sarlacc like literally stark naked with nothing but his helmet on.
Except that's not canon anymore. So
anyway.
So we'll just have to see.
Crazy.
But yeah, so I think the practical stuff, like I said, the first 3 movies that we love so much, 4, 5, and 6, had sort of a grit to them. 4 and 5, not 6 so much. 6 is a little more. And Kelly and I were talking about this earlier. A little more like Henson-esque. With Muppety kind of things happening. And I think effects-wise, those just play better. It feels better. I mean, it's so much easier to pick out all that CGI stuff. For as good as they thought it looked at the time, it was easy to pick out. It's even more easy to pick out now. It's almost like laughable.
Yeah. It's true.
And I don't want to watch the ones that they've cleaned up and added CGI stuff to. I want to watch the original ones. I like the first ones. They look better. The aesthetic is nicer,
By a long margin, I'd say.
So do we have anything else on 7?
I just about squealed and fell out of my chair when Han and Leia were hugging in that little trailer piece. I was just like, oh, they're still together.
Exactly, and I love the fact that they're aged.
Yes.
Like that that they've been allowed to sort of age naturally. Like I know that's sort of been talked about to some degree or another, but I love the fact that they're allowed to. Like that's something that we get to see.
Mm-hmm.
That we can see a general sort of a generational thing.
Yeah, and I kind of agree, but again, unless they were going to go heavy CGI, they were going to be aged because they're
but
aged.
That's what I mean, though. But I'm happy that they didn't go heavy CGI on that. That they
didn't have to cast. Yeah, they didn't have to cast somebody else. They didn't have to wear makeup to make them look old. These are our characters that we grew up with, and they're back, and we get to see like a continuation of their story. That's the cool part, I think. Yeah,
I agree.
So I'm happy about that. I'm looking forward to decent dialogue.
Here's hoping.
Seriously, this is my wish list.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll get your wish list, and then I'm going to come back. I got a serious dialogue question for you, too.
All right.
Okay. Yep. I am looking forward to cool toys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to... And this one I feel like I can be guaranteed. So, fingers crossed.
Okay. What is it?
No whiny Anakin.
He's dead. Yeah.
No whiny Anakin. Done.
I think you're safe on that one. And together we established that obviously the hatred run deeps with you two regarding 1, 2, and 3, and I've always kind of said not a huge fan, but I don't have quite the passionate contempt that many do. And one of the things people point to a lot is, oh well, the dialogue was crap. Really, I love 4, 5, and 6. I really do, but I am hard pressed to describe the exchanges in 4, 5, and 6 as great dialogue.
Oh.
I don't know that I would call them great dialogue, but there's a lot of fantastic one-liners that came out of there. There's a lot of really good snippets and bits that you remember because they were such great lines, not necessarily that the
Yeah. No. 1, 2, and 3 are differentiated because they were horrible, not because 4, 5, and 6 were awesome.
Well, they were awesome, though. But
yes, but specifically referencing dialogue.
Yeah. I don't buy that 4, 5, and 6 have dialogue worth of crap. I do think good quotes and things
good
there,
quotes, most of which belong to Han. I have to say.
Yeah, but
Anakin was just so terribly whiny that I can't wrap my head. Like that really is one of those things that when something just gets under your skin, and then it's like one of those noises that once you hear it, you can't unhear it, and forever you hear it. Then no matter what is happening, you can hear it. It's that tone that is constantly there. It's that buzzing you can constantly hear. And for me, that was Anakin in those first 3 movies. Constant.
It was bad enough that when I watched Star Wars for the first time after having seen 1, 2, and 3, when I watched 4, and Luke started talking, I'm like, you are just like your dad.
I know. Oh my God, I'm so the same way.
You should pick a power converter. Shut up.
It's so true. I have such a low tolerance for Luke now. I can't even handle it.
No.
It's oh my God, Daddy's boy.
Yeah, just bad. Just your poor uncle, man.
Oh, I'm so glad that's not just me.
No. Guess I'm just stuck here. Oh, dude. Yeah. And I didn't mind him so much before that, but after watching his dad in 3 successively whining movies, where the only time that he's actually cool is the last 15 minutes when he actually turns into Darth Vader.
It's so true.
I know.
Yeah.
I watched him and I was like, oh.
Luke was always my least favorite character, but it wasn't until after the prequels that I couldn't handle him.
Yeah. I don't mind him in this. I don't mind him in Empire Strikes Back, but in Star Wars, that whine is so. Whew, okay. All right, I'm done.
Sorry.
So in summary, everyone, for Episode 7, we're looking forward to not seeing any 1, 2, and 3. So that appears to be the gist of this conversation.
We're hoping it'll be. Well, I think it's a reasonable expectation, to hope, or that we would hope it's completely different than 1, 2, and 3. I think that's really the main point. Is that
lesson learned?
Yeah, let's lock it in the vault and learn and move on and not do the same stuff that we did. And I think it will be different just because J.J. Abrams is involved and he's
exactly.
I love what he did with Star Trek.
Yes.
But there's still always a chance. It's owned by Disney. There's still that.
I know. I know. Tentatively hopeful, though.
All right, so batter up because it's coming up soon, guys.
Very soon.
All right. And next episode, we are talking quibbles, or are we talking...
I think it was favorite characters.
Favorite characters first.
So spoiler alert, we know Gene's already, but we'll say that.
So hard to tell, I know. I have my favorites.
Yep.
All right.
Yay. Bye.